Alright, so this is not a video I would normally make as far as my main ones I make. This one is going to be completely different. But right now as I'm recording this, it is currently 10:34 p.m. July 14th, 2026. Now, honestly, I've seen people struggle with discipline, motivation, like, even I do. And when no matter what they want to go to, like going to the gym, uh, getting accepted out of school, whatever it may be. First off, for me, some hobbies I like to do. First off, for me, I do have some goals myself, is go to the gym, get in shape. I love going to the gym. It makes me feel really good. And on the side, that's on the side of me making my videos. Now, people say stuff like, man, I'm so lazy, man, I can't do this, man, I can't do that. Honestly, dude, no one's gonna help you, and you can't say those things forever. I'm telling you, man, it's not about what you feel, it's about taking responsibility. If you, broke up with your girlfriend, if you got fired, whatever, you gotta just think back and just keep going, man. And I know I say this a lot. It's just, I'm not saying things are that easy like that. It just everything takes time, obviously, but without no structure, without no goals, without things in order, your plans, then without that, you can't just expect to reach them. I also have an example of me reaching a goal I did get back in high school, which was a very happy moment for me. But I want to mention that is because it's an example of me, reaching a goal. Because if you want to become the best version of yourself, only you can decide that, because no one else can do it for you, and time is running out. And honestly, you just gotta say, you know what, fuck these feelings, man, I'm just not gonna. Honestly, you just gotta say fuck these feelings, and you gotta go, you would go to the gym anyway. That's how I feel with the gym, almost every day, and I still go. It's not about how hard you push through. It's more how hard you can get up. And that's it, man. I say this, I never really said it before on my channel, but people say this all the time, and I don't say it just to say it, but I'm saying it because it's the truth. If you put your mind into whatever you want to do, you could do anything that you want to do. You could do anything that you want to do. And people who say, oh man, you waited too long, you can't do this. You gotta embrace that people don't like you, and then you fucking torture them with success. And by the end of this video, I hope you guys will be very, I wouldn't say motivated. Everyone uses that word, obviously, but I would say, how about getting to your goals and just getting the fuck after it? Because remember, things take time. Things don't take, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistency. Like at the gym. First you go to the gym, you worry about nothing, no one's watching you, no one is watching you, no one's talking behind your back, nothing. You gotta shut all the fucking noise out and go to that gym and grind. Soon a week later you will build a habit. A month later a month or 3, I think 3, not a month. you'll start to look different, start to make changes onto your body, and then by a year, if you keep doing that, then you're going to be a successful person. And if you do that, then I respect you 1,000%. Let's get to my goal. When I was in high school, I used to do like sports, not like football or baseball or basketball, but I used to do cross country and track and field. Cross country was so hard for me. I even had senioritis. I did not want to do it in my senior year. But there was this sport that made me look at the world a little differently. And okay, maybe I wouldn't say that extremely, but I think I saw this sport, made me have a better mindset. It taught me so much. It taught me discipline, perseverance, dedication, fortitude. And what that sport is wrestling. Wrestling taught me that not only that I build my character, but I reveal it. Because when you think like, oh man, I'm not getting this done because I don't feel like it, that's not it. You gotta just put in the time whether you feel like it or not and just get it done. No matter how small or big. You gotta do the best you can in life. It's not gonna come on its own. And nothing much I could else say except just stop wasting time and just get after it. But anyway, I went into wrestling when I was in my junior year. It was a little scary for me. I won't lie. But I went in. There was a bunch of strong people who've been wrestling for years there. I was new to wrestling. I had no experience whatsoever. I gave it a whirl. And wrestling is the hardest sport in high school you can do. And you do so much. You do sprinting, jogging, push-ups, this, that. A lot of shit in the fucking wrestling room. I'm sweating my ass off I'm losing weight. And in my high school years, I was a lot lighter than I am now. But I faced a lot of people. And I did get a little mistreated there. But I went through a lot of challenges. I went through so much. But what kept me going is the people who supported me, my parents, my teammates, my coaches especially. It was something, man. And I did this sport for 1.5 years, but now I'm in college. And so the thing is, I was mistreated. I didn't really know what I was doing then. I thought I was a little scared of doing it. But at one point I broke my ankle doing it. And I still tried to come into every practice, not by working on a broken ankle obviously, but doing things that doesn't require my ankle, like pull-ups or wall sits or whatever it may be. And after the wrestling season was over, I went to outside classes, private lessons to help me sharpen my skills. And because in wrestling there's a lot of moves. There's like, you gotta like almost like squat down, and you're like facing an opponent and you're like grabbing onto each other, and there's a lot of moves. There's half Nelson, ankle pick, there's quarter Nelson, half Nelson. There's so much, man. And even escapes too. And it takes so much the fuck out of me. Let me say that again. It takes so much out of me. And I am so grateful I have done this sport. Yeah. It taught me so much. It taught me to fight whenever I didn't feel like to. It was such a blessing for me to cry, laugh, go into every practice, and get up early in the morning and get after it. Maybe I didn't go into every practice. To be honest, I don't want to lie, but then a year later, I came back into wrestling after some summer camps. And then I had my first match against this guy who was in my 215 weight class. I versed this guy in my 215 weight class because that's, you gotta like, basically in wrestling you can't like wrestle people the similar weight as you as possible, because you don't want to like, because that would be unfair. But so now as I go into the match, I was a little nervous, and he did wrestling for years and I got absolutely destroyed. But I got absolutely destroyed in like less than 6 or 7 or 5 seconds, and I lost. But this was at a tournament, by the way, and tournaments happen like from all the way early in the morning to all the way from all the way early to the morning all the way to the night, late at night. And I was thinking of doing it in middle school, but I didn't want to. But I wish I did it in middle school. But better late than never, because whenever, if you have, no matter what time it is, no matter where you are in life, you gotta start right now. Not later, not in the past, now. All you have in life is right now. That's it. Anyway, I did a few more matches. I did a few more matches. I kept going. I kept fighting. I used to verse this heavy dude. He was so harsh to me. And it was so hard fighting him. And so in wrestling, like, I had to keep going. No. It was just really harsh to me, and he's a lot bigger than me, and it was so challenging for me. And after that, I kept going. I kept going into every match, hoping I would win. And then here it is. Here it is at this day, February 2nd, 2024. Before I started my first video on the finals, I did not feel like wrestling at all today. I was very lazy. I was calling my parents, I don't want to fucking do this. And my mom would say, no, push yourself, man. You don't give up, and you gotta push through. A few hours later, I went into some matches with some people. I lost. And then I thought it was basically it was like before the counties, because the counties is very hard to win at. I was not ready at the counties at all. I don't think there's any way I would go to states, but in the counties, I mean, before that, there was this match, and I lost it, and I did not feel like wrestling another one, and it was the very last match of the night, and for me, and it was optional, and my coach asked me, you could do this if you want to do it, and then I'm like, do I really have to? And because in wrestling, like, people don't let you fail. People don't let anything slide in wrestling. They said, do it, man. You got to do it. They keep pushing you. And then I'm like, you know what? All right, man. Let's do it. So I chose to do it. I went into that mat, laced up my shoes. Went into that fucking mat, and versed that guy. Before I get into further detail, one of my teammates taught me a move called half Nelson. Just to flash back a bit, because I forgot to mention this. There was a match where I could have won, but I didn't know how to win, because I didn't know the move, and people kept telling me, do the half Nelson, put your arm around it, all that. And so I remembered what my friend told me, my teammate, his name is Zach, and Zach told me to do that when I'm in that position. because when he's lying on his belly and I'm on him, laying down, I can, because how you win in wrestling, there's two ways. First you, well, one, you can either win by points, like by takedowns, or two, or two, you can win by a pin. In that match in February 2nd, again, I went in there, I fought him, and I was this close winning because I did what Zach told me to do, the half Nelson. And people were jumping, people were going crazy in my team, and it was almost my first win. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what else to do. And there was this other move I forgot to do. It's called a cradle. Basically, you put someone's head into their knees and they lose like control. And because you gotta get both of the shoulder blades onto the ground. That's how you win as a pin. But so then the time ran out. I was on the ground. It wasn't neutral, but he was on top of me. I was on the bottom, and then the referee blew his whistle. It was like that, and then I circled around and somehow, actually no, not somehow. I pinned him, and I was so happy I did that, and I will never forget it because it was the most happiest moment of my high school life. Because in high school, I was really tormented. I was bullied. I didn't know what I was doing in my life. But when I went into wrestling, I proved those motherfuckers wrong. And it was such a happy moment. And someone said to me, "Is that all you got?" And I'm like, "I'm just getting started." This is why you don't give up. I could have given up. I could have just said, "You know what? Fuck that match. I don't want to do it." If I said that, I wouldn't be right here sitting on my fucking desk telling you that right now. And yeah, like, and on the bus ride home, my parents weren't there at the match. I versed a different school, like far from my school, and then I was so happy to call my parents, and they were so happy for me. And yeah, then how in the counties, I went in the counties, and I actually I versed this other guy. He was kind of late, like coming late to coming at the mat. And he was kind of easy to fight against in my opinion, and after all those like months of training, like I gained so much not only just strength, but like so much, like, you know, this mentality, and what's the word, not progress, experience. This experience, and my muscle memory, my experience, my mentality, everything, look, and after I won my second match of my wrestling career, I won by points, and then a month later, I didn't get into counties though, or I didn't win the conference or counties or states, obviously. Probably not states, but I went out of my wrestling career, and I thought I was never going to get a pin, and because this was in my senior year, because I thought it was over. I mean, there's always college, but college is really harder, and, you know, but for my high school, I guess, I don't know, and I got 2 wins, and then the most happiest moment I've ever gotten was this. I went to the wrestling dinner for my whole team and this restaurant with everyone. We ate food, we celebrated, and the coach made an announcement. We're giving off awards. And you already know what's gonna come next. But yeah, I don't know if you know what is coming next or not, but he mentioned this guy. He went through some challenges. He was his first. He was very new to wrestling, but he kept going. He kept coming up. He kept inspiring everyone in my team, and he just kept thriving. He kept going. He kept persevering. He went through the pain. He pushed through the pain. Because he did have some experiences. This award goes to me. I have it up here, but I don't want to show. I mean, I would show you, but the thing is, I don't want to show you where I went to school because that's a little personal. But I'll just show you this though. What I got. This right here was not easy to get. Most improved player, dude. I improved. They gave that to me for a reason, and because the coach even said to me at the beginning of the season, the season of my junior year, which was the first one, and he said, I think you could. He called me in to his office. He's like, I think you do a lot of great shit, and he has a strong fucking feeling I can. And while then I was so sweaty, I was wet, I was tired, and from all that working out. And God bless him, he was the most amazing coach I've ever had, and he made me get this, but this is just the beginning. Remember, our plans are going to have barriers, but that is fine. You cannot let them get to you, no matter how long it takes. If you think if something is actually stopping you, take a look back, take a long look at the facts, and go on before you make a decision. Remember, man, it's only you that decides what you want to do. And if something is stopping you, if you want to, I don't know, plan it out, grind it out, and then celebrate it out. And I hope what I told you in my story was motivating to some people and inspiring. Even though I only wrestled for just a year and a half, people say, why do you doubt yourself? But I shouldn't doubt myself. And yeah, dude. So I still have some work to do, not with wrestling, but with my fitness goals. I did say I was just getting started to that guy who said, is that all you got? But I didn't mean just with wrestling. I just meant like with also, I guess my goals. I mean, I obviously know I couldn't get into states, but yeah. But listen, I'm here to tell you that no matter what I can come up with, if you can get back up, if you can keep going and not be in this forever loop, forever cycle, then you can achieve anything you want. And that is what I want to make my videos for. And despite all the bullshit fucking garbage edits I do. And yeah, thank you all for watching. And now I did say when this video is over I want you to get to work, so you better get to it.